Hi guys, FrostFangs here, welcome back once again to another Paladins video. We're going to be doing some Moji today, just going for standard Moji, and there is a few reasons for that. I'll get to them now in the intro, then we'll go through the setups and we'll jump into some games. I don't want the intro for this one to be too long, because I'm covering a lot of the same things I covered in my last Moji video, which if you haven't seen, highly recommend that you go ahead and watch that one maybe first, because a lot of the changes that I'm talking about in this one, I went over in depth a little bit more in the last one. But to give you a quick refresher anyway, because I posted that video back in July, and maybe you don't want to go watch that one, Moji got a few changes in this update, the Radiant Stars one, to her kit, and also her weapon, which is definitely the bigger change, and in my opinion, at least in my experience with the game, it has affected Moji pretty negatively. I see Moji a hell of a lot less now. I personally haven't actually played it since that video, which is another reason why I wanted to do this again, to revisit it and give you, I guess, a second impression. But I want to hear specifically from you guys, especially those of you guys that play a lot of Moji, about where you think she is at the moment in the meta. I feel like she needed to be pushed up, and they ended up kind of nerfing her again, and she's not in that good of a spot at the moment. I will say she is a really hard character to balance, because in lower end stuff she does really well just because of how her kit works and stuff. Then the higher you go in like the skill range and how serious your matches are, the worse she seems to get, except for obviously like right top end, the people who are really good with Moji. Obviously that is a bit of an exception, but I think for the average person who plays a bunch of different characters, she is a bit of a weird one unless you're really new to the game. Shouldn't get into it too much here in the intro, but do let me know your thoughts in the comments. For the actual build, pretty straightforward. We've got Symbiotic, we've got Peppy, Greater Good, Fluffy, and Wobble. So damage reduction, reset, self-heal, extra health, and then sustain. Super standard Moji setup. You see this pretty much all over the time. A bunch of these cards did get nerfed recently, which definitely makes it feel even worse, in my opinion at least, with Moji. Ever since they changed how Harmonious worked, instead of it being a heal when you got hit, they changed it into a really crappy damage reduction card. I feel like she's been kind of in a bit of a weird spot since then. Should definitely say though, she was a little bit too good when Harmonious was like 500 to heal whenever you got hit, and a few of her other cards here like Symbiotic was like 50%. I could get that she was a little bit too good with her sustain, but then they removed like the main card for that setup, and they also now have nerfed a bunch of the other ones that people are using because of the fact that Harmonious Moji is no longer really a thing. Because Moji used to be one of my favorite characters, and I covered her a bunch when she had like the sustain setup, and she was really quite fun. But now they've also changed the weapon, which to me at least feels janky. I'm sure for some of you guys you'll really enjoy the change. They made her fire rate slower, and they moved some of the power over to a left click instead of the right click, but to me it just feels kind of janky, and I don't know really why they did it. It does have a couple benefits, but overall it just feels kind of awkward to me. For talent, doesn't really matter what we go for. I'm probably going to stick to Toot because this is like the standardized one. Boom Boom is also decent in some situations, same thing with Snag Attack. I'll just grab whichever one I feel like, I guess, in the match we're in. We've got TDM Dragon Arena though as the map for game 1, and the mode we've got Strix, Zin, Eevee, and seemingly an Anjo. Shoutouts to X Marv, that is the Zin. Then for their side, they've got a Damper, a Sky, an Eevee, a Leanne, and an Inaris. They've got a bit of a more standard team with a double flank damage healer and a tank. Went ahead and grabbed 2, and then the setup with less reset. We'll start with Caught and Nimble. We've got Curse Revolver, Nocturnal Wormhole, Smolder, Mother's Grace, Snow Globe, Debilitate, Eminence, and Volcano's Wrath. Eevee already killed the Damper. Nice. Hello, Sky. Saw your invis thingy there, but I didn't for some reason think you were going to fight me. What just happened there with my shots? That was weird. Okay, that was kind of strange, but okay. Hello, Winara. There's some shots for you. I deal barely any damage until your thingy's down. There's another K. There's one more to finish her off. We'll pop the F to get some movement. Finish off the Damper. Nice. I didn't even really do that. Let's get rid of her as well. I'm totally dead here. Sky's there somewhere. There's a K. Oh my god, the sustain kind of saved me. The attack speed on my left click feels so weird. Pop the F, kind of running over here. Hello, Eevee. I am dead. Probably should be paying more attention to the enemy's positioning because I just ran into 4 people. Hello, Leanne. I'm kind of jumping towards the mid. There's a K. There's another one. Oh my god, the fire rate is so janky. I don't know why 0.1 seconds feels like such a big deal with Moji, but it just feels like it takes like an extra half second to get my shot off. It's really strange. Maybe they put the wrong number in. I don't know. That's probably just me imagining it though. We got rid of the Eevee. There's a nothing for the Damper because the Inara will. There's a 1K. There's another one. She's gone. Pop the F. Leanne's going for the ult. We should be able to finish her off here if I can just get vision. Eevee's kind of going in on me a bit here, but she's kind of slow to react to stuff. There's my Q, and she is gone. That was actually enough to finish her. There's a K for Damper as well, which didn't work because my aim is absolute trash, and I was also being chased by an Inara. We're actually winning by 10 kills though. We're doing pretty good so far. I'll get some more life for it. Going for a bit of a flank. There's a K for the Damper. He nearly stunned me. There's another one. Cool. There's the F. That is the Eevee ult. There's another K for her. Only 500. Okay, whatever. Pop the Q. Getting hit from every direction here. There's like 5 of them. There's a kill on the Leanne. Cool. I was just trying to throw out as many 1Ks as I could before I got cleared. Gonna go for a flank, I think. We'll go ahead and ult the Leanne. Yeah, sure, should be able to get her there. I'm waiting for my abilities to come off cooldowns. Spamming my Q. There we go. Can we finish off this Damper? If I can get the timing right? No, because my left click just fires at a really weird time. I feel like maybe if I played more Moji, I'd get adjusted to it, but that 0.1 second offset makes such a big difference. You obviously don't think it would make a big difference because you read it on the patch notes, it's 0.1 seconds. It seems tiny, but with Moji, it throws everything off. I got rid of the Sky. I did die for it though. Seems like we've still got this game in the bag. 39 to 37, and there is the victory. Thought we were going to lose it for a minute there, but we pulled through with the win. I feel like I did fine, but as for the stats for game 1, I actually did quite a bit better than I felt like I was doing there. 19.9, 53k is a way better stat than I was kind of expecting. I thought I had about 35k damage and nowhere near 20 kills, but there we go. Shoutouts to Luke LSD. That was Eevee. We'll go through stats top top to bottom. The Strix did okay. Evie didn't do too bad. She struggled a little bit, but she was on and off roll, as she said there. We, like I said, did pretty decent, better than I was expecting. Zin definitely did the best, at least in my opinion. I was noticing him a ton. The Andrew did okay, but didn't really do all that much damage there. Leon definitely did the best on their side. The Inara not so much. The Evie not so much. The Sky also not so much. Then the Damble was a bit of a pain in the ass just because we have such a huge hitbox. It's really easy for him to land stuns on us. But yeah, there we go. There is the victory for game 1. That felt like a long TDM. For game 2, we've got Onslaught Mindset's Archives. We've got an Evie, a Ying, a Grover, and a Tiberius. We're up against an Io, a Cassie, a Zin, a Sky, and a Leon. So no tanks, which is kind of weird for an Onslaught. Definitely got kind of interesting teams because we have double support. I'm not going to grab 2. I'm going to grab Boom Boom instead and hope that that works. And we're going to go for the reset setup so I can show off both of them. We'll go ahead and grab Cauterize and Nimble again. We've got Tegan's Fury. Deep Root should be kind of nice. Life Exchange, Yomi, Debilitate, Alacrity, God's Blessing, and Impulse. So super standard stuff. Evie hasn't grabbed anything just yet, but hopefully she's actually here and it's not 4v5. I'm going to go ahead and run, not right, we're going to run towards the middle and then try and flank, but I guess the Sky cut me off and I'm dead too. The Leanne, that is the fastest I think I've died in a while. That was before I could even react fast enough to hit my goddamn Q. Well, definitely not a great start. We're already 100 points down. The game just started. There goes the Sky. I've already died like 2 or 3 times. That is a bunch of them. I've definitely played with a couple of them on their side before and they're giving me one hell of a hard time so far. There is the Q. See if we can get the 1k. Just got very lucky there with the hit on the Cassie. Going to run kind of on the bottom. Hello, Zin. You're pretty much impossible for me to kill. He's going for his ult. I did try and get my Q off there, but that didn't work. He put up his immunity. So did I. There is a kill for me. That was actually enough to kill him. Got very lucky. There is the Q. I'm totally dead. I'm getting hit from pretty much every direction here. We hit her with a K before. I'm gonna maybe even go in and finish her off. Sky went for the ult. This is going to be a loss, by the way. As you can probably tell by the score, it's not looking good. Don't feel like I've actually been doing too bad so far, but we're actually getting completely battered as a team. We are miles behind score-wise. I'm still trying to put up a good fight, but I'm pretty sure this game is already over. There goes the Cassie. Hello, Leanne. Where did you even go? Okay, I'm dead before I could even do anything. This match is kind of showing off the awkwardness of Moji just because of the team we're up against. They all are able to fight me at a range, and I have to get super close to do anything. Guess I'm going for a bit of a flank here down middle. Hello, Sky. Can I hit you with an ult? Yes, I can, although I got knocked by the Leanne. Oh, I still managed to get the Sky. Very cheeky. I'll take the kill, I guess. Currently, though, we are getting tripled in score. Leanne is probably dead here. She's going for the ult. Never mind. I am a goner. To be honest, I have no idea what I could possibly say to add to this match because I feel like you're just watching us get absolutely destroyed. I've put up a good fight for it. I reckon the stats for this one are going to be kind of interesting. We've recovered it a bit now right towards the end for some reason, so they're no longer tripling our score. They're only doubling it. But there we go, there is the defeat. Shouts to Mr. Speedy. Thought I did recognise the name. That was the enemy Cassie, who said bot team. That was Tiberius. Did a pretty decent job, 40k. I guess he did fine. Grover also did alright. Feel like we did okay, 10, 10, 28k. I'm honestly fine with that considering how uncomfortable I am with Moji and the current state that she's in. I guess Evie did okay. Ying, not so much. 074k, 19k is pretty rough. There, Io did pretty good. She only had 1 death there. The Cassie did decent. There, Zin did pretty good. There, Sky, I guess, did fine. Nothing crazy. And then there, Leanne kind of shredded. But yeah, there we go. Game 2. To be honest with you, I feel like before this game even starts, I can kind of guess how it's going to go just from the map. We've got Siege Frog Isle, which is going to be really, really rough for Moji because even on the smaller maps, sometimes she has a bit of a range problem. Here, I think it's going to be even worse. I guess we'll see. Shoutouts to MateJ0404. That was the Inara. We've also got a Victor, an Io, and a Maeve. And then for their side, we're up against an Evie, an Amani, an Ash, a Damba, and a Kanessa. So I guess I'm going to have to try and flank the Nessa. Oh no, we're going to go ahead and grab 2 and then the setup with more sustain. And we'll start off with, I guess, Cauterize again. Yeah, sure, Cauterize and Nimble. I'm a little bit worried about this one, but I guess let's try and go in with as positive of a mindset as we can and hope that everything goes well. We've got Mother's Grace, Goddess's Blessing, so a decent amount of damage reduction, Rogue's Gambit, and Burst Mode. Sure, Battering Round, Spirit's Chosen, Wormhole, Steady Aim, and then Mana Rift. That still doesn't have an icon. No idea if the bugs is on console as well, but surely that would mean you can't see what talent Amani's going for. You either think she doesn't have one, or you just assume she's going for Mana Rift because it doesn't display that. Is kind of a terrible bug. I can't believe it's not fixed. She actually missed the shot there, maybe intentionally. Pop the F, run in a little bit. There's a K for the Amani. There is another one, but she is still up here with a 300, but I am a goner. It takes 3 hits. I have to hit the Amani 3 times to kill. That is so rough. You know, if you look at Moji in a bubble and you don't consider the other options you have as like a flanker, she doesn't seem too bad, but when you compare how quick she can actually kill somebody in comparison to other flankers, it starts to look pretty grim pretty quick. There is nothing because I'm dead to the Amani. That's my own fault. I positioned myself like ass there, but you get my point. I definitely feel like when I play Moji, I have way less DPS than a lot of the other characters I can pick. Then obviously you add all the changes and it just kind of gets even worse. She's definitely not bottom of the barrel, you know, she's still okay in a lot of situations, especially the lower skilled stuff, she'll do pretty well. There is the 1-0, but I just feel like, for me at least, I feel like Moji needed a bit of a buff, and they kind of nerfed her again after she's already been nerfed like 2 or 3 times in like the past year. Yeah, like I said right in the intro, really would love to hear your guys' thoughts on this, because I usually judge it from obviously my experience and then how often I see that character. Moji has really dropped off in play rate, at least, you know, in my experience. Got rid of the Amani, thank you Io for the heals, I really should have died there, my positioning was trash. There goes the Ash as well, intentional rhyme, I guess we can keep pushing up. Did just run in trying to get rid of the Kinessa, but the freaking Eevee would have beat me to it. There goes the Eevee. Can't believe we actually killed her there. Got very lucky. We stacked the Amani, but I'm going to try and run. Amani did just pop the ult, so I guess we can go ahead and kill her. Oh, I can't see my stacks on Amani when she's in her ult. That's another huge bug. How is that in the game? What? Can I just have to guess because of the timing? But alright, there goes the Kinessa. There goes the Ash as well. If I can actually just land my hits. So as I get rid of this Eevee, she's just holding the point. There we go. Push successful. Nice. Let's finish her off. We should be able to, right? She doesn't have her ice block, or if I can just get my shot off. Never mind. There is the 2-0 though. Definitely kind of surprised this one's going so well. I feel like I've, warmed up a little bit with Moji, but it's also the Io and the Inara and just everybody kind of doing their roles on my team. So I'm just playing a bit of a supporting role, which is probably the best spot for Moji to be. We'll go ahead and grab some Cauterize and some more Nimble. Sure, I probably should have saved up for Max Court, but it's whatever. Kinessa was on the rock there trying to get somebody early. I'm going to go see if I can ult this Ash. There we go. Give me a free kill, please. There we go. Nice. Okay, tank is already out. That is an interesting tactic, I guess, to use at the start of a round. Pops the Q early. Thank you for the free K. I'm going to stand kind of here. Let's get rid of the Nessa mine. Hello, Eevee. I can't really do a burst damage the same as you, so I'm just going to try and leave instead. The Inara wall kind of blocked me off. I'm probably dead to the Nessa 100%. I popped my Q. I dodged a bunch of damage from the Amani, but then I'm obviously just going to get shot as soon as it's down. Maybe play this angle a little bit. She can't move because of the Inara. There is my Q, which luckily also stops us from getting stunned. The Maeve's body is just there. It's weird. There's a K for you. Not going to land another one, but there is the objective captured. Wasn't the Ash on it? Maybe that was Io with Luna? I don't know, but I'm really quite surprised we got that one. I totally thought that was going to be a 2-1 there because of the recovery mechanic and everything, but there we go. 3-0. How is this going well? Making this push or even getting close to the objective has been really tough so far, mainly because I don't really have a good way to close the gap between me and the Kinessa or the Amani or literally anybody. I have my F, which takes me, a little bit of the way, but when the Kinessa's all the way back there, I can't do anything other than hope that she doesn't have a good angle on me. There is a K, but yeah, there is the push failed. We did all save ultimates other than the Maeve, so we do stand a chance of making this a 4-1, but I'm not too hopeful. This is just overall a tough matchup for me. That is the Amani going for the ult. I guess I should try and get to her. I'm going to try and leave from the Eevee killing me, but nope, that ain't going to happen. I am a Gonek. Just really, really difficult for me to do anything here with Moji. If I was on any other character, I'd be having a way easier time, but she is quite limited on this map. Amani's going over. She's gone. Very aggressive play. Don't know why she made that one. Trying to get over to the other side so the Kinessa couldn't shoot me. Kinessa's there at the back. I'm popping the F to try and move. She popped her ult. There's a K for the Ash. I'm just hitting her with the Ks here to try and regen some health. She's gone. There is the Q. Danby, you want to hit me so I can get a stack on you? No, I guess I'm gonna pop the F, try and get closer. Never mind, I'm dead to the Kinessa or the Amani. Did just try and ult the Ash and missed. Okay, so I guess I'm screwed. There's a K. The Eevee is also there. There's a hit for her. She is in her ice block. There's a K. There's a K. There's another K. There's another K. There is one more. I was just about to try and run on it, but I thought our Maeve was going to jump on. She was like 2 centimeters away, so I don't know why she didn't. There's a couple 300s. I will say it is a little bit easier now that I'm adjusted to the attack speed, but it's still super janky. We got rid of the Kinessa. I think she was dropping an emote, but her teleporter was down, so I think she was doing it just because she had no escape. There is the Amani gone because of the Victor. We'll just go ahead and block her movement. Victor is also just going to hit her with some of his ult. Okay, she is gone. I'm going to try and pop the Q. Okay, we're still alive by like a little bit. This is so janky. K for the Kinessa, or just a bit under a K. There's one for the Ash. She's going for the ult, just about cut her off short. My aim was trash. There is the Q. Okay, there's a stack on the Eevee. She's blinking around a little bit. There is a follow-up one. I don't feel like I actually landed that, but okay. Seems like we're coming down to the overtime. There's the defense successful. Nice. I jumped in, popped my immunity, and seemingly they all just dropped off it for some reason. So there is the 3-2. They pushed it quite a while there in overtime. We all saved our ults. I think their Damba and their Eevee used it. Maybe their Ash and maybe the Nessa. Amani definitely didn't, but we've got all our ults. It's going to be the same thing again here where we're going to hopefully get the 4-2, but I'm not too hopeful. Have I really just crashed? The Amani Dragon was blasting me. I just finished using my immunity. I'm now stuck on a still frame of Ash and just looking at the objective. Right, well, I actually just crashed on a 3-2. That could have been a 4-2, but it's definitely not going to now because we're freaking 4v5. I'm going to relaunch and see if I can get in quickly. Right, well, I just loaded back in. It seems like the enemy team just all used their ultimates. So they are right at the end of pushing it, so it's probably going to be a 3-4. I feel like I got completely cheated here out of a possible win, and I'm actually a little bit salty about that. It's not like I crash constantly, but the fact that this game crashes at all when every other game I play doesn't is a bit of a shame. Don't really feel like we deserved that loss. We could have easily lost it anyway, but the fact that I wasn't there for the last capture or the last push is a huge pain in the ass. We went 18, 19, 84k. I feel like I did okay given the situation, but that's really the best I can expect with Moji. As for everybody else, the Victor did pretty decent, the Inara did fine, the Maeve did okay, but definitely could have done better. The Io shredded with heals, 178k, props to her for that. Their Damba also did a great job on heals. Their Eevee did okay, their Ash did alright, she played the point as well. Then their Kinessa did really well, 23 to 647k. I could barely even get close to her, and then their Amani also did a pretty solid job, 15, 628k. They deserve the win. I don't feel like we necessarily deserve the loss, but yeah, there we go. Siege Frogal, what a way to freaking finish the video. I'm a little bit salty, to be honest. I'm glad that was the last game because that's really put me in a bit of an annoyed mood. It's not the end of the world, doesn't really matter. It's just kind of an annoying way to finish a video, but I guess it does encapsulate the awkwardness of Moji rather well. Thank you for watching. I'm going to end it here. I don't think I have anything else I can really finish the video on, so thank you for watching. watching. If you enjoyed, I'll see you guys all very, very soon. Let me know what you want to see me do next. And as always, stay frost there. And hey, those of you guys that stay all the way to the end, I really do appreciate it. Real MVPs. I'll hopefully have a video tomorrow that'll be a little bit less scuffed than this one. I'm not sure exactly who it will be on just yet, but I feel kind of weird taking Moji off the list after I did a video like this. But then again, that is kind of how I feel about Moji, so maybe it's fine. I don't know. Thanks for watching though. Appreciate it. See you soon.